G'day guys, welcome back to Fat Forwards. So this week on the program we're going to be looking at installing these sill panels on the coupe. So today's Tuesday. Yesterday morning I actually contacted Des down at Metal Processing here in Ingleburn and asked him if he could make up these sill panels, and I quickly emailed him through a drawing, and I was really surprised by lunchtime he had them ready to pick up. So yeah, I'm really rapt about that. These are solid. I mean, this car is going to be rigid as. So Blake, if you want to bring the camera up here and we'll have a look at them. This is 3mm cold pressed steel, and they've folded it with the 25mm return on the top, 40mm return on the bottom, and yeah, and they've put all these holes in. I don't think they drilled these holes. I think they used a profile cutter or something like that. I don't know. But there's so many holes. I mean, there's no way I would have wanted to drill these myself. So. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, the holes are for spot welding. So we're going to be plug welding these directly to the original Falcon sill. If you want to just come over here and have a look. If you have a look inside here, you've got the original Falcon sill, which is, it's probably about 135, 140 deep. And these other ones that I've had made up are 180 deep. So they're going to drop down 40mm below the originals, giving us a thicker sill. But that's not really the reason we're doing it. The reason we're doing it is to match into the Mustang sill attached to the old floor pan. If you want to just have a look over here. So as you can see, the sill on the Mustang it's quite a bit deeper. So this thing overall is going to have a lot of rigidity. So yeah, it's definitely going to have some strength, put it that way. So anyway, so we're just going to get on, and next step I guess is we're going to be measuring and fitting up and what have you, and get it ready to weld in. So hope you enjoy. So I know I actually showed this diagram in the last video, but for those of you new to this, or just to as a refresher, this is how it works. In red is an original Falcon sill, and I actually traced that around an actual sill panel, so it may look a bit odd, but yeah, I actually traced that out of a sill panel. So everything in red is original Falcon. The yellow is the sill panel from a Mustang floor pan which is going in. So that is pretty much the exact outline of the Mustang floor pan. And blue, that's the new material. So that Z shape, or back to front Z, whatever you want to say, is an internal sill, which is made out of 3mm cold rolled steel and folded into that shape with the returns. 25mm return on the top to go under the top of the Mustang sill and plug welded through the top. The bottom is a 40mm return the other way to go under the new exterior sill panel, which is obviously going to extend down further and hopefully going to be, you know, a reasonable shape. It has a slight curve, and then when it gets to the bottom it ducks under to be plug welded from the bottom. So I'll just I'll go ahead and show you and with the actual real thing, and give you a better sort of idea of how it's going. Okay, so if I demonstrate it to you like this, at the moment we've got the camera looking directly at the side of the Mustang floor pan sill, which is like a C channel with 90-degree return top and bottom for the spot welding. So in order to get that to fit inside the Falcon, we've made up like call it a Z type sill, made out of 3mm cold rolled steel. That fits in there like that, so it tucks under the top, and well, I'd have to hit that with a hammer to make it perfectly straight, but you get the idea. Then that gets spot welded through the top, and I should say plug welded through the top, and then plug welded from the back side And then you have the standard internal Falcon sill, which would basically be in that position. Well, actually no, a little bit lower. So the 3mm Z shaped internal sill is plug welded to that in position. You would have your, sorry, this is not easy. You'd have your Falcon sill like that. And then what we'd do is we'd have an outer skin. Sorry. Let me just demonstrate that. So I might just substitute this. If we say that, if we just say that's the Falcon inner sill at the moment, and then the Falcon outer sill, to tie everything together, we make a second skin, which would be something like that. So I hope that makes sense. So just coming back to the car, I've just placed that that little offcut in position, and you can see the Z panel in position on the inside of the car against the Falcon sill, and on the outside I've just put this little bit of offcut to give you an idea of how eventually that outer sill is going to look. It is 40mm lower than a standard Falcon sill, which is obviously going to make the car look slightly lower, deeper. Hopefully it'll look tougher. I'm going to have to make alterations to the rest of the body, obviously. Mainly the end of the quarter. I'm going to have to modify that to match in, so it's going to get extended down, maybe not by 40 but maybe 30 or something, and then tapering off to 20 or something like that. Who knows? We'll get there. And I'll have to lower the front guard slightly. You know, I guess there's going to be people that like it and people that don't like it. It's just a matter of taste. So what I'm going to try to do is match the sill almost into the profile of that door. See how that door swoops down? And I'm going to try to continue that line partially before it starts curving under. You'll notice that the original Falcon sill style start at the bottom of the door and then go under sharply, so the new sill is not going to go under quite so sharply. At the moment that kind of looks a little bit straight. I think I might put a little bit more curve in it, but you know, you get the idea. Well, it's the next morning and I'm just back checking these sills out, so pretty happy with how they've turned out. They fit in really nicely, and I've got to admit they really add a solid look to it. So as you can see, I've been through and I've plug welded all along the bottom and along the top, and I've done some stitch welding around the ends. Yeah, so they're pretty much welded home. And the only thing now is there's got to be a little extension put underneath the torque box to go back to the wheel arch, and also at the front we've got to go under the front torque box. It just seemed like it was going to be a lot easier just to put this main section in and just add those little pieces later on. So I can do them now, or I can do them when it's upside down on the rotisserie. It's not really going to be an issue. So yeah, that side of it's all done. So next I'll be moving on to widening these pillars and adding a sheet of 3mm plate to the front of the A pillar. So that'll be in the next episode. So yeah, so that's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.